All right, welcome everyone. Nick Harrison here, One Nick Love. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This video, the topic of this video today is lovely, wonderful Bovis units. Yeah, just a quick story. I had been doing energy work. I had been working with clients. I had been doing private sessions before I really came across this specific scale. Once I was introduced to this scale, once I came across it, and I started to incorporate it into sessions, it definitely helped me out. It helped the client out much better in measuring the progress and measuring the states of before an energy session with the client, measuring the charge or the energetic state after an energy healing client. So just to kind of give you an idea, this scale that I was introduced to, that I started to work with, of course we got company. I started to work with during sessions with clients using this Bovis unit scale has definitely helped a lot. So I know I've spoken on this topic previously a little bit. Today I'm going to go a little bit deeper, dive in a little bit deeper into exactly what the Bovis unit is, how to measure it, and what it means to have a higher charge, a lower charge, all that jazz. So yeah, again, this video is in conjunction with Ivan Teller's video. Pardon me. And so I'll link that video in the comment box. I will link where specifically to go ahead and download and save a picture of the Bovis unit scale that I'm going to show you. Yeah, I'll show a couple more links in there. But again, get your notepads out. Go ahead, make sure you're prepared. Make sure you got some attention and focus when you're watching this video. I have a couple tabs open. You want to hit pause. If I speak on something that you may not be aware of, just go ahead and look it up. More company. What's up? Yeah, so again, let me go ahead and start the screen share. Just give me 1 second, y'all. One second. All right, here we go. So I am going to just let this sit here for a second. Okay, so you guys can see, okay, what, take a good look at this. Pause the video if you have to. Okay, again, I'm going to send a link where you can download this. All right, and I'm actually going to be kind of zooming in to certain spots and zooming out in certain spots where I am going to be making some notes on. So let's zoom in to this part right here. Okay, this, if you, again, watch Ivan's video, okay, this is where most humans reside, in this space right here. Okay, from, we got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Actually, let me just kick that up a little bit. Okay, right there, Bovis neutral reference. Okay, so switch the colors up a little bit. Okay, right here. All right, so very first thing I do when I start to work with a client is I measure where their charge is at right now. And if I'm working with a client for the first time, almost every single one of them are at 5,000 or less. Okay, just to kind of give you an idea. Okay, 6,500, which is this guy right here. Okay, this is the neutral spot, the neutral point of a Bovis unit charge. A Bovis unit charge is one way to measure the actual energetic charge of the cells in your body. Okay, so anything going this way, okay, the cells themselves are actually spinning in reverse. So just again, I mentioned this briefly in the Ivan video. Let me stop the share for a quick second. Okay, so I mentioned this in the Ivan video. Okay, so let's say it's the way the charges come and go. Okay, if you were to have a screw, okay, and you're screwing a screw nail into wood, for example, okay, you're going to screw it clockwise. Okay, so just from your perception, okay, your direction. If I'm screwing a screw, okay, the screw to go in is going to be screwing clockwise. Okay, that is sending energy. Okay, your energy works the same way. You're screwing it in to the piece of wood. Okay, now when energy is being absorbed, when energy is coming at us, okay, just like you're unscrewing that screw out of the wood, okay, it is going to go counterclockwise. Oh my god, sorry guys, it's been a long day, it's been a long week. Counterclockwise to screw that screw out. So clockwise is screwing in, counterclockwise is screwing out. So let me start the screen share one more time just to give you an idea, yo. One second, y'all. Okay, so everything below 6,500, okay, these cells in the body are spinning clockwise. Okay, they're spinning clockwise because energy is being dispersed. Energy is being released from the cell. Okay, this is important. And again, this is, again, from your vantage point. Now, if you're working with someone or you're working with the client, when their charge is being dispersed, when it's being sent out, it's going to look opposite to you. Okay, from their perspective, okay, it's going to be clockwise. But for you, for me, I'm going to see it as counterclockwise. Okay, I'm referring to our own perception. Okay, so ourselves. Okay, again, anything under 6,500 and below by a cell spinning in reverse is clockwise. Okay, it's being sent. Okay, now let me just zoom this back out a little bit. Okay, let's go with a different color. Let's go with orange. Okay, anything 6,500, oh, right here, 6,500 and higher, okay, and all the way around, okay, is now the cells that are spinning counterclockwise, just like a screw. Energy is being absorbed, energy is coming in, okay? So the cells are coming counterclockwise, just like you're unscrewing a screw. Okay, this is very important that you understand this. There's a lot of information out here that's got this all mixed up, okay? So I cannot stress this enough. I'm gonna keep repeating it probably a bunch more times, okay? Energy going clockwise is energy being dispersed. It's actually reverse, okay? Cells spinning counterclockwise, okay? That's all this jazz, okay? Coming this way, the cell spinning counterclockwise is absorbing energy, and this is from your vantage point, from your viewpoint, okay? When I'm working with a client and I'm in the middle of an energy session, sometimes my hands they'll spin both ways. They'll spin counterclockwise from the client's perspective. Sometimes they'll spin clockwise. Sometimes I got to unwind energy from a client's energy field. Sometimes I got to input energy to a client's energy field. Okay, so this is very, very important. Okay, that you can realize where energy is coming and going from you, and where energy is coming and going from the client. Okay, so let me just clear this off real quick. All right, now we'll start back here. Oops. Okay, let me get back to blue real quick. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so I'm gonna focus on this part. Okay. All right. So I said in the beginning, most clients, when they first come to see me, they're at 5,000 or less. Okay, I'm talking like 80-90% of energy healing clients, and who knows how long their cells have been spinning in reverse. Now, why does that happen? Well, if you watch the previous video on the energetic body, I talk about cracks in the aura, cracks in the energy field, astral implants, attachments, cords, all this stuff. These all cause a compromised energetic body. All these things. There's a lot out here: diet, EMF technology, programming, conditionings, all you name it. There's a bunch of things. But if you've been keeping up, if you've been watching my videos, if you've been watching mine, Lonnie, and Ivan's videos, you'll see these are the things I wanted to discuss first. These are the things I want to be able to have the viewer understand, interpret, and realize when these things are happening. So you got to be able to pinpoint and assess the issues before we can really put focus and attention onto healing that specific part of the individual, or that specific part of the energetic body, the emotional body, the mental body, the spirit body. Okay, they all have sources. They all come from somewhere. When there's some sort of funk or anxiety, worry, stress, all that stuff. So what I do, okay, when I start to channel and I start to heal, I will increase the Bovis units. I will start pumping in energy into that cell. The second I've released it. I'm gonna stop the screen share again. You guys gotta see this. Okay. So when I'm working with an energy client, when I'm working on, sometimes I'm working on things in distance that aren't specifically an energy client in the front, but I'm pumping energy into that cell. I'm releasing out what needs to be released out. I'm pulled out. I just had a client come in the other day, had some pretty heavy heart energy that wasn't hers. So she asked for assistance. I went, pulled it out, all good. So again, this is the world, this is the scale that we're working in. So I'll give you an example. I think I talked about it in Ivan's video. A shot of Jameson. Jameson, Stella is kind of my thing. A shot of Jameson itself is at 2,000 Bovis units. That's how low it is. So take a shot. If you're yourself, you're at 6,500 Bovis units. You're at neutral. Take a shot of Jameson. What's going to happen to your Bovis units? Take 2 shots of Jameson. Take 3 shots of Jameson. You get the picture. A beer, I'd have to measure what a beer's at. I'm not positive, but I'm sure there's probably a scale. It's probably not too much higher than, a glass of wine or whatever. But all of these, everything, food, vitamins, water, all this stuff, they all have a Bovis unit charge to it. Okay, I'll give you an example. I'll go and I'll buy a gallon of Whole Foods, just regular gallon spring water. The Bovis unit charge to that water is like 6,000 Bovis units. Then I don't know if any of you are familiar with, there's the red labeled Starkey water, the one that's like the artesian water from Idaho. It's like $2 for the plastic liter. That water Bovis unit charge is 22,000 Bovis units. So I could buy a gallon of Whole Foods spring water, 99 cents, at 6,000 Bovis units. It's already spinning backwards. It's already in reverse. Who knows what process it went through? Who knows what pipes, what distribution channel it went to get to the shelf before I were to buy it and consume it. But the Starkey water is what I drink. If you look in the back, the label has a lot of silica. It's got a very high silica content to it. I'm pretty sure that's probably why it has a higher Bovis unit charge. But that's the water that I drink. So, and to keep in mind, these are scales. You got your pet, your dog. Your dog can have a Bovis unit charge to it. You're in nature. You're talking. You got trees and plants and all that around. You got a cat that'll come up to you. They all have a Bovis unit charge to them. All of this, everything. So it's been very helpful to identify these when I'm working with my own stuff, when I'm working with clients, to educate this and teach clients with, to be able to work with these things. hey, how much charge is that person got now? This is my normal part of like, oh, any questions? Any questions? Yeah, just go ahead, chat them in the comment box or something. If you've got any questions. But I'm just gonna keep rolling. So let's go back to the screen share here. All right, all right, all right. Thanks for your patience, guys, while I do my lovely, wonderful screen share. Okay, so again, anybody or anyone or anything that is under 6,500 Bovis units, okay, the cells are spinning in reverse. They are spinning clockwise, okay? So Bovis units that are higher, I'll just use that one. Okay, 6,500 and above are spinning counter. Whoa, I don't know if I did clockwise the other way. Did clockwise the last time. Okay, clockwise and then counterclockwise. This is the one that's pulling in charge. Okay, so everybody 6,500 and below. Okay, if I'm repeating myself, I'm doing it on purpose because this is important. Okay, these individuals are literally leaking energy. Literally leaking energy. They are constantly getting fed off of. They are the food source, fuel source, energy source of something out here or someone that is literally feeding off of them. This is very, 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 very common in relationships. Very common. You have one partner constantly sucking life force energy out of their other partner, and vice versa. Sometimes it's the male to the female, sometimes it's the female to the male. It's just what happens. Okay, you got to get your. I mean, and this is this is kind of I don't want to call it sensitive topic, but a lot of times when I start to work and unwind these type energies in a relationship with, if I'm working with the wife or if I'm working with the husband, and I start healing these things, like instantly, like, oh my gosh, it'd be literally sometimes within like a day, the relationship would disconnect, the relationship would break up because the soul starts to come in more, the soul starts to come in more clearer, and realize that this relationship has run its course. The learnings, the lessons, the tests have been completed, and it's time to move on. The souls agree to the disconnect, like instantly, and um, it doesn't really matter if you're married or in a partnership or boyfriend girlfriend or boyfriend boyfriend girlfriend girlfriend, whatever. Marriage, signing a marriage certificate is a very human ritual, a very human thing. Spirit doesn't exactly look like that. Look at it like that. I've had to experience that myself in my own personal experiences, but yeah. So just to give you an idea, I'll attach the link again where you can download this directly, and you can kind of dive in deeper to what photon, crystal energy, Atlantis crystals, this kind of stuff. I said in the Ivan's video, Earth, Gaia, in the physical realm resides at 50,000 Bovis units. Okay, switch them here. Actually, you know what? Let's make Gaia green. Okay, you're gonna be neon green today, Gaia. At 50,000 Bovis units, that's where Gaia is at. So if you're working with an individual, if you're working with a energy healer, a shaman, someone doing ayahuasca ceremonies, and someone doing energy work, you want to make sure they're as close to here as possible. Okay, now keep in mind, one thing I do want to add, it is also very possible for a physical human to go beyond 50,000 Bovis units. Okay, so there are a handful of clients that I work with. This is over time. This is multiple sessions. We've gotten their home base, their home frequency above 50,000 units. So they're 50K plus. Okay. We spoke about this in the Ivan video also. It's kind of once you start to hit your, when I say home frequency, it's like that's your base, that's your center point. You know, when you're residing consistently at 23,000 units to 25,000 units, somewhere in this ballpark. Okay, let's zoom that in. Okay, somewhere in this ballpark. Okay, 23,000, 25,000. That's when you really start to, pick up other bands of light, other data, other information that's out here that's beyond our visible light scale. Visible light scales, 400, 700 nanometers. I think it's been a long day. Pretty sure that's it. But when you start to pick up information, when you start to pick up data that's beyond that, when your center point Bovis unit charge, your home base charge is, in here, so when you're going to start to see these things. And like we talked about in the Ivan video, that's when a lot of the questions start to come in. That's when a lot of people start to, what's going on? What is this? Oh, why did it get paused? Okay, well, it got paused because it got paused. That's when people start to, what is this? What am I experiencing? What am I seeing? That's when the questions start to come in. That's very much how my experience was. I shared this in my story video when I started to identify orbs and auras, and I started to see colors, and I started to see energy. At the time, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't, come across any of this stuff prior. We're definitely not taught these things. So yeah, while you're at that high of a charge, that's when you have that much amount of energy flowing through your cells. When you have the higher amount of energy flowing through your cells, you can process more bits of information at one time. You are achieving higher states of consciousness. You are ascending. All right. So, let's try this one more time. Let me get another. Let me see if I can get a blank screen here. Okay, bear with me, guys. Thank you. We got some company trying to do some things. Is that working? No, it's not working. All right, well. Let me try one more thing. Bear with me, please. Bear with me. $61, $754, $754, $615. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see if it lets me do this. Let's do a whiteboard. All right. Interference tries and tries and tries and tries and tries, but just keep going. All right, here we go. So I'm going to show you an example of how and where the Bovis unit charge starts and stops. So let's say, we got a little timeline here. Let's get a little timeline going. Okay, let's just say, we'll put our months in between here. We'll say first month, second month, third month, fourth month, fifth month, and then sixth month. Okay, so let's say I start a client off. When I first start working with the client over here, let's say they're at 5,000. Oops, can I undo that? 5,000 Bovis units. Okay, I do an energy work on them. I about an hour session, do my techniques, do an energy about, let's just say, an hour. Okay, and I shoot their Bovis units up to shoot, the last dude I did, I think I got them up to 32,000 Bovis units. Okay, so what's going to happen is they're going to stay at that rate for a temporary amount of time. Okay, I shot them up. Okay, they're going to be there, but now, they're still kind of in some of the, not all, but some of the previous mental programming, some of the previous emotional programming, depending on their work situation, depending on their discipline. they're back to, they're back to their home life, they're back to their work life, they're back to these same similar environments. What's going to happen is that charge will start to drop a little bit. And let's say now they're at like 10,000 Bovis units. Okay. Now let's say, month goes by, they come and see your homie Nick again. They come get another session. Okay. And now we'll shoot them up to, let's say, I don't know, 40,000 Bovis units. This pen, I don't know, my, in case you haven't noticed, my energy doesn't really work too well with, if I just use my finger. Oh, cool. My finger doesn't even work. Awesome. Yeah. My own charge in my hand definitely affects touch screens and iPad, Apple Pencils, all this fun jazz. Okay. So anyways, client comes back. We'll call him Sancho, whatever. Sancho, hey, what's up? Thank you for a second session. How things been going? Oh yeah, awesome, cool, great, cool. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do some energy work. Let's clear some of this gunk out. Okay. So I get him up to 40,000 Bovis units. Okay. Now let's say some more time goes by after, a week after, 2 weeks after, 3 weeks after. And again, when I'm doing energy work on a client, it's like a time release medicine. It stays active in the client for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it's like this is really over like a few weeks span. Okay. And vice versa. Same thing. Now we get him to 40,000. And now let's say now his low point is like, let's call this like 20,000. Okay. So within the course of 2 sessions, or really 2 months and continued sessions, we got his home frequency from 5,000 up to 20,000. Okay. And this is over time. Now, sorry guys, my penmanship looks like shit, but it's the best I could do. Okay. So now we get one more session. Okay. Let's say Sancho went to a birthday party. Let's say Sancho went to a Sharks game. Let's say Sancho started, his alcohol intake, is dehydrated, not really drinking the proper amount of water, got some sugar intake in him, all these things that affect the bloodstream. Okay. He's gonna shoot back up again. Let's say we get him to 50,000. Okay. And I'm kind of going high because it's normally not that high and it's normally not that consistent. But the handful of times I have been able to work with clients on this form of consistency, yeah, this is the numbers that I've been getting. Okay. So now we're at 50,000 after the 3rd session. So let's say 1st month, 2nd month, 3rd month. Okay, we've got him at 50,000. Now he'll drop back down. Let's say his charge is now would be 30,000. Okay, so if 1 session, 2 sessions, 3 sessions, we got his home base at 30,000 Bovis units. Okay, so just to kind of give you an idea, again, let's clear this. There's gonna be a bit of peaks and valleys that are gonna look like this. Okay, you're gonna go up and down and up and down and up and down until every time your home base is gonna get higher, it's gonna get higher, it's gonna get higher, and it's gonna get higher. Okay. Now, just a little rehash. I actually speak about this on the my energetic body video. Okay, let's clear this. Okay, again, remember, I speak this a lot. Ascension is compression. Ascension is compression. Okay, the higher the charge in the cell. Okay, so we got our cell here and it's vibrating, bam, 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 bam. The more positive charge you have coming down to the cell, and the more negative charge you have going to from the bottom of the cell. Damn, I don't know what's up. Sorry guys, today I'm drawing like shit. Start this one more time. We have our cell. Okay, we have a positive charge coming down. Got a negative charge coming up. Okay. The higher this charge is, the more it goes up, the more it increases, the bigger charge it holds. And it has to be balanced out for it to maintain its state with an equal amount of negative charge. the equal amount of negative charge and the equal amount of positive charge. It is being compressed. Okay, and this is why spirit permits negative energy. Spirit permits, spirit allows negative charge experiences, negative charge emotions, negative charged mental thought patterns, because it takes that to maintain this neutral point. Okay, that the higher your Bovis unit charge is, the more of both of these you're going to have. The more positive charged and negative charge to the center of your cell. Okay, again, this is very, very important that people realize this. Guys, yeah, the more you're healed. Let me leave the meeting on this guy. Okay, the more an individual is healed, the more they've released, the more they've let go, ancestral karma, karmic debts, past life karma. You start to clear these things and you start to heal these things. The more comfortable that person has to get, or more comfortable that person is gonna get with negative charged energy to stay neutral and to stay balanced. If that person is not comfortable with the negative charged energy, they're not comfortable with their own. This is also referred to as, the dark seed of the soul, the shadow work. All that, everybody has that. If they're not comfortable with that part of themselves, the charge is going to drop. The charge is going to drop. You need that to maintain that state. And if you're not, then your charge is just going to continue to drop. And that's actually happened with clients too. Like, no matter what I did consistently, I would do consistent energy work. When they were out in real life, when they're out in their own time, when they're out in their own scenarios and their own experiences, they were still very, the soul still had to learn those lessons. And every time that individual's consciousness would go to a lower timeline, a lower reality, we'll speak on timelines and realities in the future, but their Bovis units would always drop no matter what I did. I'd bring them up 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 Bovis units. And a couple days would go by, it would drop. Another couple days would go by, it would drop, it would drop, it would drop. The soul was, bringing in those experiences to learn from. And if we're not learning, those lessons, those tests will repeat themselves. So again, it's very important that, this is part of the deal. It's part of the work. It's part of the healing. Bringing our own stuff, bringing our mom and dad's stuff that has gotten passed down through us, healing those things too. So yeah, I will link this. I will share the Bovis unit link, the file. You can download it, save it. Yeah, and I have my Fiverr link on the comment box. I've got my own private session on the comment box if you really want to know where you're at, what you're working with, what challenges you're facing, and if you think this can help you. This video is to kind of get you to dive deeper in there, but if you need to reach out to me specifically, I have those links available. This disclaimer, ever since I started doing these videos, I've been way busier than I've ever been in a long time. So if there's a little bit of a delay getting back to you, I apologize in advance, but I will do my best to get back to the comments and to the people who reach out to me as fast as possible. So yeah, that is the gist of what Bovis units are. If you do energy work, if you do healing work, I highly suggest that you incorporate this scale into your work, just so you can see where you're really at. It's like, you want to see what have you accomplished, what have you done. You've got a way to measure a starting point and a way to measure an ending point, and it's been very helpful for me and my clients. I've taught this to a lot of people. So yeah, thank you for watching. Sorry if my penmanship was bad. I don't know, my charge. It's my charge. But yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, this is synced with the Ivan video. Please watch the Ivan video when you can. I'll put that in the comment box. But thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening, day, week, whenever you're watching this video. All right, thank you very much. Blessings.